Hi, I've edited documentaries for Tyga, Hailey Bieber, Kylie Jenner, and music documentaries are a staple if you're working in the music industry. So watch the next
10 minutes
to make sure that your story is going to stand out. We're going to dive into a music documentary with Rachael Yamagata in collaboration with Tessan, and we're going to look at how to weave abstract elements of a story that leaves the audience reflecting on their own journey. One of the things I'm super excited about in 2025 is diving into editing deeper as an art form. And my mission is to use the art form of editing to help bring hope to people. And if that's something that you're interested in, please subscribe to the second channel because we're going to be diving into that this year, which is going to be fun. It's really cool if you want. We're going to have guest speakers like Taylor Swift's editor. Pretty exciting. We're going to break down the best videos on the planet, and we're going to dive in on how to navigate the film industry and how to turn the hobby of editing into one of the best careers in the entire world. It's a lot of fun. So if you're interested in that, next channel. So this video is a little bit of a taste of what that's going to look like this year. So let's break down a music doc from an editing perspective.
I don't consider what I do work. I do music because I love the experience of relating to other people.
Oh no! There's a whole lack of structure back here. Speaking of structure, the hardest part of any documentary is the structure. It's very difficult. You literally take random interview footage and B-roll and turn it into a story. So this is why on any documentary project, I like to use the post-it note strategy. So you can, take something that's a little bit more chaotic and turn it into something succinct and great. So first of all, you watch your footage and then you write down all of the interview scenes, the audio scenes, and the visual scenes and put them on post-it notes. And then on the top line, which is on pretty much your video layer, you'll put your visual scenes, and on the bottom line, you'll put your audio scenes. So we have visual scenes on the top, audio scenes on the bottom, and you write out your entire documentary with post-it notes, figuring out which scenes pair with one another, and then you can see exactly how the whole flow of the story goes with post-it notes. We call this a little intro, a little stinger, a little opener, sometimes a cold open. It's something that just grabs the audience's attention, and then after we get your attention, we go back and we introduce ourselves. It's a very simple structure, but they use it right here and it works great.
My name is Rachael Yamagata, and I'm a singer-songwriter, and I believe in sharing and loving and creating, and I hope that my music can heal people's hearts.
So after that opener, we get to the thesis of the documentary. And writing a documentary or editing a documentary, you're actually just writing it. It's pretty much like writing an essay where you have an introduction, a thesis statement, some body paragraphs, an outro. It's very similar. So the one thing you have to have in mind, just like writing an essay, is what is your thesis? What is your central message? And you have to keep that in mind whenever you're editing, whenever you're making any decision when you're editing your doc.
I think if it's authentic and it's honest, then people can relate to it. And that's what I love about that song. But Elephants, I think, is my favorite song.
I'm gonna be honest, some of these transitions in this documentary is a little bit rough. And the reason for that is they fade to black, and also the music and the sound fades to nothingness. And when you do that, you kind of create a divide, you create a chapter split, and that's good. But when it comes to trying to create a seamless flow, that's not the best. So I always try to avoid black, avoid silence in my edits unless there's a very good reason for it. And this is why I always like to edit audio first. So I always edit the interview, try to get the story, and then edit the music in to try to create the transitions and create that seamless feeling. And then I like to just close my eyes and listen to the documentary and see if it feels like I'm actually watching a documentary without any visuals. If it feels good, if the flow is nice, then all you have to do is add B-roll. Other really important tips are adding J-cuts and L-cuts. Or J-cut is where the audio goes in front of the picture, and an L-cut is where the picture ends and the audio continues. Adding audio on either side, either the front or the back of a video clip, can be super helpful to creating that seamless feel. Here's the other thing that I really like about this. Less is more. Don't over-edit. Avoid excessive cuts and transitions. Sometimes just letting a shot breathe is the best thing that you can do. It makes it more impactful. And I love when I can also find space whenever you're watching an interview like this, and maybe there could be some silence. If I'm just like in the smoke. No, but I'm just mean like if the interviewer is just thinking or processing, oftentimes that speaks more than whatever they say. Find space to let things breathe, focus on clarity and impact. Every edit should serve a purpose. Ask yourself, does this enhance the video or does it distract? Don't be afraid to just trust your gut feeling. If you're like, this feels right, this cut feels good, and you don't really know why, that's okay. Just trust your instincts and go with it. Sometimes when it comes to editing, the most intuitive choices are the most powerful, not ones that you're following a specific formula. So trust your gut, trust your emotion, and you'll be in good shape. Here's the structure so far. Number one, I don't have a finger. Number one, we have our intro. And then number two, we have Rachel just talking about music in general. That's the next section. And then number three, we have specific songs. And then she's talking about how home is a place for her to relax and recharge. And this is a natural place to start integrating Tessan into the video. While structure is very important, oftentimes the ultimate goal of art is to deliver on an emotion. Ask yourself, what emotion does this moment give me? Don't stick to the structure so much that you ignore the emotion.
Baby, I've been missing you. The next journey that comes to mind is launching a new record. It's almost like the culmination of a journey because I've been on this recording journey. So I have to give it to the world. That's the next step.
Rachel starts talking about her central theme, which is her journey in music. And when we talk about central themes when we're editing, we want to figure out, okay, how can we show this for emotional impact? And oftentimes you have an interview telling a story, talking about something, and then you have to show that visually. There's a couple ways to do it. Number one, you can literally just match what is being said. So for example, when she was talking about a song that she was writing and she talked about how she had to write lyrics down really fast, they actually show an image of her writing down lyrics fast, which helped the audience visualize what's happening in the story. You're not imagining it in your mind anymore, you're actually seeing physically what happens. Another way that you can do it, which is what I really like, it's kind of the artsy way, is you either contrast it or you have an abstract image. So an example of this is they show a Tessan charger when she says, "Give it to the world," talking about her music. And so that makes the audience wonder, why are you showing a charger when she's talking about giving music to the world? That doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, and it starts to make you think. And I like that work that the audience has to do when they think. And so you realize like, oh wait, the charger's actually helping her in a very small way give music to the world by helping her travel well, making sure her stuff's powered, helping her record the music, anything that has to be powered, Tessan can help out with that. That's why they integrate Tessan right here, because this is a branded documentary, because Tessan's mission is establishing connection and Rachel's mission is about the journey and giving music to the world. So that's where the two paths converge and it creates this beautiful meaning right here. And speaking of connection, I'm actually in Wisconsin right now with my family for the holidays. Hi, family. And Tessan just sent me this little travel adapter, which is perfect for traveling internationally. You can change your plug. I actually got to use it on the plane here, which was very exciting because they had one of those universal plugs on the plane. So got to use the UK one, which was pretty cool. Never done that before. It's portable, it's durable, and it's definitely going with me on any international trip from now on. Love it. Also, huge thanks to Tessan for making this breakdown possible and for supporting creatives and musicians all around the world and helping us make the art that we share with you. It's a lot of fun.
These moments of connection are so fulfilling for me, and I hope they are for you. Music is a wonderful way to do that with each other. And at the end of the day, it's all about love. And I know how weird that is coming from someone who writes such sad songs. We're gonna do a rock song. Wanna do a rock song? Let's do a rock song.
All right, so now we just finished the doc with an uplifting performance and a speaking part from Rachel, which is pretty cool. It wraps up the theme of connection through touring and traveling the world with the mission of Tessan's Power Products. If you're not ending with a big music outro, I don't know what you're doing. Like, that's just the classic way to end the documentary. You know, music oftentimes can just speak so much more powerfully than words. And so if you can just find the right song to end the documentary that wraps up the whole theme, it's going to be such a satisfying delivery to the audience. And that's the end. Thanks, Tessan, for sponsoring this video. Check out the link in the description to grab some of their awesome products. And if you want more videos like this, go subscribe to my second channel, and I'll see you soon. God bless.